Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers, episode 90 of the podcast. Wow, we're really getting through them. Coming up quick on that episode 100. Here as always with Luke. How's it going, mate?
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Looks like someone's in the comments already. Hey guys, nice to see you. Welcome to the show, mate.
All right, John.
Yeah, episode 90 today. And what a way to celebrate episode 90, mate, than starting off with this, amazing. I'm sure all you West Ham fans were balling around work yesterday, pretty big balls, as they say. Just amazing. Not in terms of performance either, because a lot of fan channels have said exactly the same. A lot of West Ham didn't have to play, to the top level because it was so poor and we were so comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've said a lot of times this week in work to a couple of the guys who are Man United fans. Genuinely, that's probably the worst I've seen us play since the opening day, and we still won comfortably.
And that says a lot. That really, really says a lot. Obviously, a couple of changes were forced, weren't they? Obviously, Lanzini didn't start. Fornals came in, and obviously Cresswell stepped in for the suspended Masuaku. And they did a job. And we'll start off with the first half. First half was pretty poor, actually. I remember you texting me, and sort of the pundits were saying it as well. Again, he just didn't want to take that gamble, a bit like the Aston Villa game. Didn't really feel we wanted to go on and win it.
Yeah, it was really, really poor from both teams first half. And I think since the Norwich game, in the Norwich game, right, I think because we've been conceding so many goals, in the Norwich game, it seems like we decided to just sit back at the start, let them come on to us, and we sort of soaked up that pressure. And then as the game went on, we started coming out and started attacking and going for the win. I didn't see that against Villa. Villa, I think we started with the same game plan of right. We're going to
Villa were better than Man United as well. I think that's another thing as well.
I think Villa with the same game plan. We were like, right, we'll stay back, we'll keep it tight for the first however long. But then against Villa, we never really pushed out of that until we went down to 10 men. And then Man United, I'll be honest with you, I think it was the same thing. I think we said, right, we're going to start off, we're going to keep it tight, we're not going to concede early. And it weren't really until probably about half hour in, we started sort of freeing ourselves up a little bit and started to actually put some attacks together. But yeah, it weren't a great first half. There's a couple of chances.
Apart from the 43rd minute, when Yarmolenko, who was having sort of a reasonably quiet game, to goal. What a finish! What a finish outside of the boot, little give and go.
Yeah, he took it really well.
The way they analysed it on Match of the Day, that run, he sort of went out to the wing, then he came back in. Just brilliant goal.
Really good movement, took it really well. Noble did well to hold the ball up, didn't panic with it. And that flick inside from Anderson, world class. Up until that point, I was thinking Anderson had a terrible game. He hadn't really done anything, hadn't really got involved. And then that's what he's capable of. That one moment, that little magic pass. Brilliant goal. Really pleased for Yarmolenko as well.
Oh yeah, and that's 2 goals now. He got that one the other week, didn't he? That he scored as well the other week. So it's coming. It's coming. He still takes too many touches for me. I don't like slating him because he's had a really bad injuries. He just come back from a bad injury when he just signed for West Ham as well. So he has missed quite a lot of football over the last sort of 2-3 years, but he has got a go with him. In regards to the second half, again, we were well in control. Had a really, really good chance, sort of really early on in the second half, where Mata, I don't know how he missed, to be honest, when the ball was whipped across the box, and Mata just, I don't know, I think it was harder to miss.
Yeah, slid in. I think it was just behind him, maybe. I don't know. He couldn't get his foot around it. That was a big let off. I mean, that's one thing I will say. They did have a couple of chances in the second half. You obviously had the Mata chance. You had Maguire, who should have scored. Basically kicked it straight at Fabianski. there was a moment where Rashford was clean through, but I don't know what he was doing. He sort of, I don't think he knew what he wanted to do, and Rice ended up getting back and
I
making
think
a really good tackle.
yeah, and there was one where Yarmolenko made a really good block as well that they showed on Match of the Day. I didn't actually remember it when I was watching it live. I didn't remember that moment. Yeah, like I say, we just looked comfortable. We looked like, you know, at any time we could potentially switch something on. It's very like the midfield was very relaxed, strolling around.
I don't think we got out of second gear. I really don't.
Mate, and I don't think, apart from the Norwich game, we've been out of second gear.
I think that's fair to say, mate. Yeah, it does feel like rolling something back. Like I say, watching at the start when I was watching Yarmolenko, I still don't think he looks fit. Anderson, I like I say, apart from that one, the assist for Yarmolenko, something doesn't look right with Anderson for me. I don't know whether
he's
maybe
scared to take a player on. Like,
yeah, I haven't seen him take a player
since
on.
the Norwich game, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen him take a player on. I don't know whether maybe he's carrying a knock or something. I don't know what's going on, but Anderson doesn't seem right to me. I have to say,
played okay. Fornals did okay.
Yeah, I think 4 days played well. Do you know what? He was getting an absolute slating. As I normally do, I was following the match thread on These at Mother Brown while I was watching the game, and he was getting an absolute caning, and I don't understand it. I don't think he was any worse than any of the other players on the pitch in the first half.
Yeah, and then you know, anyone who's watched this channel for years, listen, I have been one of Mark's biggest critics, but I've got to say, I do have to say, since he's been back in the team, he's been fantastic. He really has, really has been fantastic since he's been back in the team. I know he was Rice a bit of dynamic as well. Like Rice knows he can go forward, and Mark will cover, and vice versa. Really.
Yeah. I think Noble's done really well this season, and it's great to see. You know, brilliant to see. I have to say as well, Ogbonna and Diop forming a serious partnership. I think they look fantastic. They look so solid.
Yeah, 4 clean sheets in a row now, if you include the cup game.
Yeah, so solid, so assured. Fantastic to see, and it's crazy because I was thinking, when Balbuena was out, we were going to struggle and we were really going to miss him, but we haven't missed him at all.
No, and I've stepped up. He stepped up. To the second half, obviously, how can we not mention it? What a goal! Unbelievable free kick, really was. Obviously, he had his sighter about 5 minutes before that. Just listen, whenever someone beats David De Gea with a free kick, listen, that's got to be world class free kick.
It was good, and he's got that in his locker, Cresswell. He has got that in his locker. I remember when he stepped up for the first one, I was thinking, no, let Yarmolenko take it, and obviously put it over only just. And then, like you say, I think I honestly think the same thing was going through everyone's heads. The pundits on the telly, everyone was thinking, right, he's had his sighter. This is it. This is going in the top bins.
And Rice actually said, I don't know if you see Rice's interview where he said he went up to him just before he hit the second one and said, "Come on, Cressy, calm down, and this is going in." Basically, like, just calm down. You know where the range is now.
Unbelievable technique as well. If you watch the replay,
he didn't run up. He didn't even really run up. It was just like the foot
bend that he put on his standing leg.
Yeah,
to get that whip. It's fantastic technique. Fantastic technique.
Yeah. Okay, mate. So, who was your the man of the match? I think Cresswell, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are saying Cresswell as well.
Cresswell, he had a good game. He obviously scored the second goal. Brilliant free kick. I'm trying to think in my mind if there were any other standout performances. Do you know what? It was probably between Cresswell and Noble as the two standouts. Like I say, I think the two centre halves were fantastic again. Yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's fair to give it to Cresswell. Yeah.
Again, he's had to step up. He's had to wait his turn. Masuaku, who has had a good season so far, he's took it. Listen, it's good to have competition in all them places now. Obviously, that result left us in the top 6. At one point, we were 4th. Obviously, we're sitting 5th now. I put a tweet out after the game. sort of got mixed reception. I was saying, like, okay, start talking about West Ham for top 6 and top 4, not just Leicester, Wolves, Everton. Now, the West Ham fans, fellow fans of ours, said that oh, let's keep quiet, let's keep under the radar, let's not be Leicester, let's not be Everton. You think, mate?
I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. Yeah, as much as it's nice to get the plaudits and you want to be in the conversation, like you say, at the moment, everyone's, especially likes of Sky, BBC, seem to be talking about Leicester being the ones to break in. And as much as it's nice to get recognised and to get that recognition, it's good, I think, as well. If we just go under the radar, don't have that pressure weighing on us from the press, I think that can only help us. Although I have to say, and I went absolutely off on one.
I was gonna say probably what you're gonna say. Discussed it last week. We'll discuss it again. Sky's coverage,
disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I had Sky on, and I had it on from about, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning, right the way through the day. All the different build-ups. You had the goals on Sunday. All the everything that they did, and there was no mention of West Ham. No mention of West Ham. There, up until probably about 10 minutes before kickoff. Honestly, you would have thought Man United were playing Chelsea, because all they were talking about was Man United and Chelsea, and then a bit about Liverpool, and it was absolutely.
There wasn't
disgusting.
even a West Ham representative pundit. Like Joe Cole from
No,
Rio would have been able to balance it for both.
Gary Neville having an absolute breakdown on commentary. You had Roy Keane, Mourinho, and what was his face?
Souness, yeah,
in the studio, and it was a joke. The coverage was an absolute joke. After the game, they did a whole thing about how bad Man United were, what's wrong with them, and I remember them saying literally, they literally said, "Oh, don't worry, Man United fans. We'll talk more about Man United, but you'll have to wait till after Liverpool Chelsea." They did Liverpool Chelsea game. Did it? I actually watched all the analysis after it. They did all the analysis. They did the interview with Solskjaer. Not a single mention of West Ham United. It's a joke. Like I said, they don't even pretend to be neutral anymore. I was really disappointed.
Did you watch Match of the Day too as well?
I did, yeah.
Didn't even show a replay of Cresswell's free kick.
No.
They spoke about Yarmolenko. They said some nice stuff about Yarmolenko, but the goal of the game, probably one of the goals of the weekend, barring Maddison's goal, and it's not even shown. They didn't even discuss.
All it was all the time was, oh yeah, good result for West Ham, but let's talk about Man United. Oh yeah, good. Let's talk about Man United. Oh yeah, it was a good goal, but let's talk about Man United. It's a joke. It's just a joke. I think it really winds me up. Really winds me up. But anyway.
They play Arsenal this weekend, and trust me, a rare weekend that I will be supporting Arsenal, because I would love it. In the words of Kevin Keegan, love it. They finish in the bottom half of the table this year. Absolutely love it. They've had their years of success. Do you know what I mean? Now you're a real club again. Do you know what I mean? Saying that Arsenal ain't much better. If they didn't have Aubameyang, they'd be average. They would. Okay, moving on. Tomorrow night, League Cup is back, and we play Oxford United. Just a few stats for you guys that are watching along. They're currently 12th in League One. They've won 3, drawn 3, lost 4. The last time out, though, guys, for anyone who take notice, they won 6-0 away to Lincoln City. A fantastic result for them. In their last round, they beat our good friends Millwall 4-2 on penalties. What a shame that we couldn't have got Millwall again, eh? Again, not familiar with these names, but I did a bit of research. So Cameron Brannigan has scored 4. Tariq Fusu Henry has scored 4. And another guy called James Henry has also scored 4. The name that you guys may remember is a guy called Jamie Mackey, ex-QPR and Scotland International. We have met 15 times. We have won 9, drawn 2, lost 4. Last time we beat them, I think I was at this game actually. I remember going this one. Was August 2010, and Scotty Parker scored a last-minute winner. I remember it being one of the most poor games I've ever been to, and we were just relief that Scott Parker scored the winner. And just a few more to add. Last time Oxford was back in 1993, and look at that result. Oxford 1, West Ham 0. This was a team including the likes of Ludo McCluskey, Julian Dix, and Stevie Potts. He did, however, them 2-0 on the 7th of April 1990 with goals from Trevor Morley and Jimmy Bendigo. I hope you enjoyed my little
good research, mate.
Yeah, my
John
little
Watson
research
there, mate. Well done.
But yeah, game we should be winning.
Yeah.
I want to see a strong side out. I don't want to see 7-8 changes from the team that beat Man United the weekend. 3-4 could take. Yeah, what's your opinions on it, mate?
I don't think we've got enough players in the squad to make 7 or 8 changes. I mean, who's he going to bring in? He'll bring in a Jetty. He'll bring in Balbuena. He'll probably...
Zabs.
Yeah.
Roberto.
I mean, there'll be a few changes, but
Wilshere.
But that's the thing. I mean, that's. I think we said this before. The changes that he's going to make. So Fornells don't play, but Wilshere does. Wilshere's still a class player.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Sanchez. I don't mind Sanchez, to be honest. You know, Sanchez in for Rice, Ajeti in for Allaire.
I really, and he has been absolutely flying. And I think I mention him nearly every week on this channel now. Nathan Holland needs to get at least in the squad. He is bringing them in for that under 23s. Like, if people like Brady got a chance, Ben Johnson, I wouldn't mind seeing Ben Johnson in at left back if he got a chance. But yeah, Nathan Holland, he needs to be given a chance. Like, he's been sensational.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think even if we put out a second string weakened team, we should still have more than enough. It should still be a routine win.
Yeah, we should. And I really, really hope. No, I want to be in that next round. You know, again, if we're not going to finish in the top 6, which again, let's not write that off yet. I think we're going to have a really, really good season. Don't get me wrong, we're one injury. I'm talking Sebastian Haller from Crisis. But if we get lucky, keep the players fit, a good cup run and a top 6 finish is definitely there.
Yeah.
Look at around. Yeah. Man United are poor. Chelsea are poor. Don't know, it's a bit unlucky against Liverpool, Chelsea. Arsenal blowing hot and cold. It's dead for the taking this year. Like the year Leicester won the league. Similar sort of feeling about it.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. It's apart from City and Liverpool. Anyone could finish anywhere. Really, anyone could finish anywhere.
Yeah, no. Moving on. Next in the Prem. Obviously, there won't be another podcast until after the Bournemouth game where me and Paul will talk about it. So we'll talk about it now. Now, this game is a dodge, is big dodge. This one, I'm actually more nervous than I was in the Man United game. Like Man United, there was sort of like an expectancy, like, yeah, we are going to win this. It wasn't really nervous during that game. This one is dodge. It is really, really dodge. Again, a little bit of John Motson again. 6 currently in the Premier League, so they're just below us. So we have a chance of opening a gap up if we were to win. They've won 3, drawn 1, lost 2. Last time out, a fantastic win against Southampton. They also play Burton tomorrow, so that will be their last game. They play Burton the same day we play. Dangerman. Do we even really need to put them up, mate? I'm sure you could name them. Callum Wilson, 4 goals. Harry Wilson, 4 goals. Nathan Ake has had a great start to the season, and Ryan Fraser is always a danger player. But I think Callum Wilson's like the new Lukaku, isn't he, for us? I just love scoring against us, this guy.
Yeah, like you say, mate, tough game. Tough game.
We've got a terrible record there as well. Terrible.
Yeah, it's like you say, I think this run of games coming up, honestly, it's a strange thing to say, but I think Man United was the one that everyone was looking at thinking, yeah, that's the banker. It'll be tough. I've got faith though. I'm starting to feel 100% FFC MH there, but I'm starting to feel that we can start to get a level of consistency.
Sorry, that was about the Man United game. So yeah,
yeah, said the same there as well. Yeah, apart from City, obviously, when City destroyed us, that was the worst we played all season.
Yeah. For those of you who remember last season, they did actually do the double over us. On a few teams that did it. Yeah, they won 2-0 their ground and 2-1 at the London Stadium. Last time we won there, look, I mentioned his name last week. I'll mention it again. Goals from Dimitri Payet, fantastic free kick, and 2 for Enner Valencia. That is the last time we've won there. You know, so it's been a while. It's been a while. And Eddie Howe, you know, he sets up his team. They play nice football, nice, attractive football. They'll be looking at us going, listen, win this game, we're in the top 4. So it's a game. It really is a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. It plays. I definitely think that plays to our advantage. You know, we play better now, I think, as a counter-attacking team. So the teams that are more open, the teams that are going to come and run at us, 100%. And, you know,
we haven't lost the way. We haven't lost the way since, I think it was Old Trafford. I think that's the last time we lost the way.
Really, really good run. And yeah. I think the way they did defensive play now, Ogbonna and Diop have both got decent pace. You know, they don't. Wilson running in behind don't really scare me as much anymore.
It's just the record. It's the record he's got against us. I think that's what scares me. It's the record. How can we hurt them? No, I've just put that up, guys. So if any of you are in the chat, please send the questions in while we're talking. How can we hurt them? It's them boys, isn't it? Haller, Anderson, Fornals. Looks like Lanzini's out for another 3 weeks, apparently, according to X. So that is a shame because
it's a big loss.
He had hit the ground running this season. You know, he really was playing really well, and a lot was coming through him. So someone else has obviously got to step up and play that role now.
It's going to be tough. I really want to see Anderson pull his socks up. Because like I say, I don't think he's been great. He's done great things. He's had great moments and he's capable of that. But overall, I don't think he's been great the last couple of games. So I want to see Anderson perform better.
Due a goal as well. We ain't scored this season, yeah. And you know, he did bang in. Did he bang in 10? He banged 10 last year. 9.
He was he not top scorer, second top scorer?
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Defensively, looks solid. It's breeding confidence. You know, when you've got a really good goalkeeper like Fab, you got Diop and whether partners Diop and Balbuena. You know, we've got real good going. Do you know what I mean? Really, really good.
Yeah, I think we're solid enough. And like I say, I think this is a good chance to see if we get that consistency going. And I'm starting to feel it. With the clean sheets coming in a row. That's see where and I've heard other people say this, where people were talking about the next level. For me, that next level is that consistency, because we've never had that.
Yeah, and believing we're a big club. It's that belief and consistency, you know. And at the moment, we've only lost City. No shame in losing to City when they're clapping teams like Watford 8-0 and like there's no shame. The only teams I actually genuinely fear the games. There's a couple coming up soon. I think we play Tottenham away and Chelsea away, and the only reason I'm saying I'm scared of them is because they're London derbies. They can go anyway, and I'm sure when Chelsea away comes up, Frank Lampard will absolutely rally them up. You know what I mean? That's a game he don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That dreaded part. Let's do the cup first. If we have a good day, turn up. I can see a nice, comfortable 3-0 win, to be honest with you. I reckon we might concede.
No, I reckon it's going to be a 1-0, 75th minute. You know, it's going to be one of them games, I reckon.
I love to see Zabaleta score. Love to see Zabaleta score.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Bournemouth game, I'm sorry, guys. I think our run is going to come to an end Saturday. I think it's going to be really high scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the way that we're setting up in games now, we're setting up. Obviously, Pellegrini's an attacking manager and he goes to win, but I do feel like he's setting us up to be more cautious and to be tighter in defence. So So, yeah, I don't know. I think I really don't know. I could see a draw.
It's a tough game.
I don't know what to predict. I'm going to predict a 1-1.
Yep. I'm going to predict we're going to lose 3-2. 3-2, I think we'll lose. Let's have a look. There was a couple of questions sent in. Dan Bowden. Who do you think we will beat in next year's Champions League?
I reckon we'll beat PSG 5-0.
Yeah, I think we'll beat Barcelona. I think.
Do you know what?
Messi will be in Diop's pocket.
I would love us to just qualify, obviously, get straight into the group stage of the Europa League, But do you know what? Do you know I would absolutely love to beat? I would love to beat Astra. Just for some revenge.
Yeah. Or who's the one who knocked us out years ago? Steaua Bucharest.
Yeah, it was an Italian team who knocked us out.
Yes. Who was it? Oh,
was it Palermo?
Who?
Was it Palermo?
Palermo, yeah, because then we signed Demichelis, because Demichelis actually was the one who scored against us. Yeah. Stuff. Okay, so a couple of questions that I see on Thingy, and this is a really good question, this one. Who would be your dream guest on the podcast? I'll tell you what, we'll do a West Ham one. We'll do someone who's alive now, and then someone who's dead. It's sort of like an all-time one. Do you know what I mean? Like an all-time hero.
All right. So West Ham one, everyone knows. If you've ever watched this show before, you'll know that mine is obviously the absolute hero, West Ham legend, Colton Cole.
It would just be amazing. Be amazing to everybody.
I want to speak to Colton.
Any of you guys in the chat have contact with Colton, please, please get him in touch. For me, obviously a guy, well, you'd be lucky if you got 10 minutes with him. Paolo Di Canio, obviously, for me, to speak about those years, he entertained me as a kid. It's priceless, you know what I mean? But I would love, some of the boys like the Joe Coles. I'd love to interview those sort of guys. Julian Dix, I would love to interview as well. Absolute legend. I tell you, a geezer I used to love as well, and he seems like a nice guy. He's probably the sort that would be someone like John Hartson, like someone like that. Who was a bit of a hero of mine when I was a kid. In terms of worldwide, Margaret Robbie, please.
Yeah. Good shout.
DiCaprio. DiCaprio. Actually, I wouldn't mind it, like in terms of like legends.
Yeah, Bill Murray.
Oh, great shout.
Yeah,
great shout. If we're talking like, so that's your actors. So if I'm talking like sportsmen, other sport wise, actually, this random like message to him, like he's ever going to come on. Nigel Benn, man. Like, I would absolutely love to interview that man, Nigel Benn. What an absolute legend. And apparently coming back and fighting, mate, at 56 years old. But he looks incredibly fit.
He does, mate. He does. I've seen a few of his sparring videos. He looks well. I wonder if he'll be fighting.
He's going to be fighting at light heavyweight. Light heavyweight. He's going to come in yet. Yeah. So that's about sort of probably 2-3 weights heavier than what he was fighting at as a super middleweight he was, wasn't he? But yeah, what about you, mate? Other sportsmen?
Other sportsmen. If we were going,
you could go like wrestling. Do you know what I mean? Like Mick Foley, The Rock, whatever.
I've already met Foley. Obviously, The Rock. Wow, I would love to. I obviously love to meet The Rock. Tyson would be a good one. Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson would be a good one.
I always say, listen, one of my heroes over the last sort of few years, and I love doing a podcast, is someone like Joe Rogan. Wouldn't it be amazing to interview the man of podcasts? You know what I mean? The absolute boom. He is the man. Yeah. Ed, or all-time dream one? Is that a bit too obvious?
Who?
Be Morse. A bit too obvious.
I don't know. Michael Jackson. Ask him if he really did it.
Oh, God's sake. I do love Freddie Mercury as well, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be a great interview, Freddie. So very quickly, last thing, mate. Any other business, anything you'd like to discuss, West Ham wise or sport wise in general?
I don't think I've seen much going on this week with you, to be honest. I don't know. I think if you just in
Did you
general,
watch?
it's. Hmm?
What about Premier League in general? Is there any?
That's
Is
what
there any?
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like Premier League in general, it's funny seeing Man United. Obviously, we talked about them earlier, and it's mad to see probably one of, if not the biggest clubs in the world, be in the state that they
Capitulate.
are.
They're terrible. They're trying
Yeah.
to buy their way out of it as well, and it's. I don't know. I think that era of buying your way out of trouble sort of gone.
Mm.
You know, even Liverpool when Klopp first took over, he had like 1 or 2 years of building that team. You know, he dug out the Robertsons, the Trent Alexanders, and then he spent a bit of money on your Van
Mm.
Dijks and your Edisons, but he knew what he wanted to play. Obviously, they spent a ridiculous amount of money, Liverpool. They've put a certain player suits the way that Klopp wants to play.
Mm.
Not just gone, oh, let's get because he's a good name, or let's get this one because he's a big name. There's no idea, there's no methodology, there's no
I mean,
character to that team.
They were talking about it the weekend, but they've spent 900 million, nearly £1 billion since Fergie left. And look at their team. You know, most of the Man United fans are saying that there's probably apart from probably Pogba and Martial, there's not a player in their team that's better man for man than West Ham at the minute. Yeah. Even De Gea. I tell you what, mate.
He got digged out. He got digged out massively by the pundits.
Don't get me wrong, De Gea over the last couple of years has been one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Absolutely no doubt about it. On current form, is he better than Fabianski?
We're not.
Apparently, I'm sure I read statistically, Fabianski was the third best keeper in the league last year, behind Alisson and Edison. So
yeah, I think with Fab, I think his stats are a little bit misleading because it was more the defence's fault for not having as many clean sheets rather than him. So yeah.
I have to say as well, again, if you've ever seen me on this show before, probably my most hated man in football is Frank Lampard. But I have to say, he's doing a decent job. He's doing a better job at Chelsea than I expected.
I have to say, like, apart from the fact that it's Frank Lampard, who I can't stand, I actually quite enjoy watching Chelsea play as well. At the minute, like, I'm a really big fan of Mason Mount, like Tammy. It's a really nice thing that he's building there. Whether, listen, the transfer ban is wrapped up, whether it's January or next summer, whether these people like Mason Mount and that will still be playing for them, who knows? It's when West Ham need to snap him up.
I think he had the advantage that they did have such a good crop of youth players that they've been holding for the last few years. Kind of made it a bit easier. So yeah, they had the transfer ban. Yeah, they lost Hazard, but the quality of their youngsters coming back is really high, and I think that has helped him out. I don't think it will last. I don't think it will last throughout the season. I think they will get found out. They will fall off. But it's been interesting to see like the way that they've been bringing in youth compared to like I said, talking about Man United. So Man United now Rashford's injured. They're going to be throwing in what's his name? Westwood? Is it Greenwood?
Greenwood, yeah.
And 17-year-old kid to try and save their season. It's madness.
Yeah, and it's not like you're saying with Man United. It's not like the old. They bring a kid in, he's developed and allowed to develop and progress. You're coming to save our season. And that's where it's a little bit doesn't work out sometimes. What about our good friends Tottenham, mate? That's another club that looks like it's in a little bit of a crisis at the minute.
I was really surprised. Again, I read this. Their form over the last 20 games, if you stretch that out over a season, they would only finish on 42 points.
Yeah, just safety. Yeah, I think their record is really poor. Their record is really, really poor. Again, I think it all boils down to Ericsson don't want to be there. Koch don't want to be there. I think Kobe Alderweireld don't want to be there. I think it is. They are starting to. They got Champions League final last year. Do you know what I mean? I think these players are getting to that cage and they're starting to think yeah, maybe we need that one move away to get some trophies and stuff.
Yeah, I think as well. And
Son's
again,
a
this
great
is
player, though. Son
Son
is a
is
great
a
player.
fantastic player.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant player, one of the best players in the league. And it's been said so many times about Tottenham is they're finding it really, really difficult to bring in a top quality striker because they know they're going to be on the bench behind Kane. And that's causing them an issue. And like you say, when the likes of their most creative player, Ericsson, doesn't want to be at the club, it's gonna cause problems.
Mm. What did you make of their Talag goal? That has been a big thing of the VAR debate this weekend.
Do you know what? I was talking about it, and it's Tottenham, so it's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I was laughing at it. Obviously, it was Tottenham, but if that was given against us, let's say that. Let's put it in that context. I'd be absolutely fuming.
There's been a lot like the Chelsea goal that
Yeah, the
was
Chelsea goal as well. Yeah.
ruled out for offside, and to be fair, the Chelsea one was weird.
How
He
many
was
phases
clearly
of play back are you going to go? I
that's
think that's the question
exactly my
mark.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was offside, but I mean, to me, that was a separate phase of play. I suppose technically it was offside. I don't know. Yeah, the Tottenham one though, I don't think that we should be. Yeah, technically you can say all right, it was offside, but I think it's poor. We can't be overturning decisions like that.
Someone made I think it was one of the pundits. I think it was Shearer actually said that I think if it gets down to the point where you have to get the lines out, shouldn't overturn it because that's not clear and obvious error, is it?
Yeah. I kind of agree. I think when when the margins are that small, like who's to say that specific point is exactly where his shoulder ends?
And they also said, was the cameras, the technology's not, I think it was Danny Murphy said it, was the technology's not quite there. You can't fully assess when the ball was touched because,
when it left
technology's not
when the
there
pass
yet.
was made.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it needs to be looked at. To be honest, I think, and I did hear one of the pundits say this, and I completely agree. I've said it before. I don't think the problem is VAR. I think the problem now we've got VAR. The problem is the offside rule. I think the offside rule needs to be looked at, and I'm pretty sure I said this on the show maybe last week, the week before. I would go back to, I would go back to not if you're not offside if there's a part of you past the player. If there's daylight between the attacker and the defender, that's how it used to be years ago. If there's daylight between the attacker and the defender, then it's offside. I think when we start getting into this now, we can have the technology to look at it, and we're talking millimeters.
I think, isn't the rule something along the lines of a part of your body that you can score a goal with?
Yeah, so you can't be
if
offside
it's
with
your
your hand.
shoulder, really?
Well, you can score with
I know
your
you can
shoulder.
score with your shoulder, but
It's
a little bit much, isn't it?
See, that's what I was talking about. Like, where does your shoulder end and your arm begin? It's all that kind of weirdness. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't think there's anything else to discuss really. I think really good show. I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Numbers really went up to about 30, 40 people viewing, and that's really good. It's great to see. Join us next week where we'll be discussing the Bournemouth game and the Oxford game. We may try. I'll try and fit something in, even if it's just me for the Oxford game. But we'll definitely be back next week for the Bournemouth game. I hope you've enjoyed episode 90. Till then, guys, on your minds. Let's get through the cup. Let's move on into that top four. Keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.